And it says graph the linear function by finding the x and y intercepts and then write an equation using function notation. So when we're trying to find x and y intercepts, I always go back to my table of values, x and y. When x is 0, so if I plug in 0 for x, it'd be 0 equals 6y. Sorry, that looks like 6. Let me fix that. Okay, 0. And then divide both sides by 6. And that's still 0. So when x is 0, y is 0. That's your first point there. And because the intercept is 0, 0, that's the only intercept we're going to have. So it says if only one intercept exists, use it and another point to draw the line. So now we need to find another point, which means we can make up any value for x. We know we're going to have to divide by 6, and so we need to pick a number that divides by 6. So I'm going to pick 12. So if you know you're going to have to divide, you want to pick a number that divides by that value. So if I plug in 12 for x equals 6y and divide both sides by 6, 12 divided by 6 is 2. And so y equals 2. You could also plug in 6 for x and you get 1 for y. So you pick values for x and then solve for y to get another point. So you can plot the point 6, 1. And since 12 is not on our screen, then we can't use 12. You can also plug in -6 for x. And you'll get -1 for y. So -6, -1 is another point. You can use any of these points, but you just need two good ones, the intercept and then one other one. And then it wants you to type the equation using function notation, which means we need to solve for y. And this one was a little strange because the x and the y kind of seemed to be switched. So it was x equals 6y. And to solve for y, we divide both sides by 6. The x has a coefficient of 1 on it. So we end up with y equals 1/6 x. And to use function notation, you just change the y to f of x. So it's f of x equals 1/6 x, which is your slope. So your intercept's 0 and your slope is up 1/6. So there's your f of x equation.